Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel Aqualuna73. This is going to be, I don't know if I should make it a moon reading or if I should continue with the zodiac signs. I think I should just make it another moon reading. Okay, so I don't know exactly which energy that I'm picking up here, but this person or individuals that's in my collective, um I don't know if they are attached to an outcome of a situation, okay? Because there was something that popped up into my head. Okay, there are two things. Yesterday I posted, I can't even remember, it was something about, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before I think, on my community section, about the children in Palestine and about this teacher on in America that has her own YouTube channel that supports the children in Palestine in Gaza, and she was basically attacked. Okay, but there was somebody that commented on that specific post. I don't know who it was. This person was asking me whether what about the kids in Israel? What about their well-being? So I said, of course I care about the well-being about the children in Israel. But the children in Israel are not the ones that are being starved and all those things. Okay, I'm not going to go into detail about what I said, but there was this thing that popped up into my head because of this comment. I also mentioned that the Palestinian people was there before the settlers of the Jewish people that came to that country and basically took the land for themselves. Okay, so there was also this quote by Marcus Aurelius that came to mind. Okay, and it makes me think, okay, there's this quote of Marcus Aurelius that came to mind, as well as the movie Emancipation by Will Smith. In this movie, Will Smith is basically a slave and he escapes, and the movie is basically based on the willpower of and the brute strength of a human and their will to survive and free themselves of slavery. Okay, so it's a very beautiful movie. I watched it. It's a very good movie in my opinion, and it's a very beautiful movie, and I think he did a very good job when he portrayed that specific role. Okay, so in this quote of Marcus Aurelius, um, he says basically, what do we hold on? Why do we hold on to things when it's not really ours? Okay, this is I think what it says. Okay, and initially speaking, before, if you look at history and if you ask yourself a question, okay, where did we as humans come from? Where did we come from? The earth is more than a billion years old. Okay, and I don't know how old the planet is, but before there were humans, there were only animals on the planet, so there were no humans. And when humans came, they started to occupy certain parts of this planet. So if, say for instance, okay, if you were a religious person and you believe in God, and everybody knows about how Jesus went up to heaven when he rose from the dead. Okay, a lot of people claim that he was taken into the sky by like a UFO, okay, or he was an alien, or God, or Jesus is an alien, or God is an alien. A lot of people reason like that, okay. So if this is the case, then we as humans, we obviously aliens. We are from another dimension or galaxy, okay, and we came to this planet and there was no one here, okay, and which we basically, our forefathers decided to inhabit this planet. If you look at Star Trek, okay, what does Star Trek mean? Trek, what does Trek mean? Okay, here in South Africa, when we were kids during apartheid, they had a specific syllabus that they taught us. So they basically taught us white history. They didn't teach us black history back in school when I was in school, because I was still in school during apartheid. So the type of history that they taught us was the white history. Okay, not the black history. They taught us about Shaka Zulu and how he was conquered by the Boer and the Dutch, and the war between Britain and the Dutch when they tried to colonize and take over Cape Town, okay, here in South Africa. So basically, the point I'm trying to make is this: if there was no humans there, we actually, no one, not any one of us are entitled to this land, only the animals that existed before us. And basically, if you look at movies like Star Trek, or I mean series, the series Star Trek, Trek basically means, how do I explain it to you? What does Trek mean? To take a group of people, and a group of basically all your belongings, and you move from one place to another. This is what a trek means, because in history we were taught about the Groot Trek, okay, which was back then, uh, um, the Dutch people, they took all their belongings and they basically started to create settlements and moving inland in the west, in South Africa. Okay, so they started this Groot Trek basically, uh, was like an occupation. They took their vehicles, their families, all their belongings, and they called it the Groot Trek, and they moved and they occupied land. Okay, so basically Star Trek is implying that they there to observe and learn from other cultures. Okay, this is a science fiction series. Okay, everybody knows what Star Trek and Star Wars is. So if we were never here as humans, and we are basically an alien species, and maybe we lost our planet and then we decided, okay, we're going to inhabit this planet and take it over. What does that mean? We are basically all colonizers as humans. Okay, we basically took it upon ourselves to own this planet, because we when there were dinosaurs. Okay, we also, we were created by God, but we have this tendency that we want to hold on to, whether it's land, as if it's our life depended on it, whether it's properties or anything. It could be anything physical, because this is the energy that I pick up. It's like somebody being selfish about something or wanting to own something. It could be even something as simple as a person that is maybe in love with another individual, and they basically become obsessed with this person, and they basically develop this obsession where they want to own this woman. Okay, they want to possess this woman, and they do everything in their power to possess this woman in a way that they think is that makes sense in their head. Okay, on how they need to do this. And this quote of Marcus Aurelius basically boils down to that: you don't own anything, nothing, you don't own anything. When you die, you cannot take anything with you, not that individual, not that piece of land, not the money, nothing, because it does not belong to you. Only you belong to you. Okay, so I don't know if you dealing with someone like this, or if you are in the position where you feel you have to control someone, or a situation where you in a relationship with an individual and you want to basically control this person in the maybe with money, or I don't know how you want to control this individual. Okay, I don't know. We'll have to see, because I strongly pick up a very possessive energy. A very possessive energy. I made notes. Where did I put my book? Okay, I made notes. Okay, the Spiral Dancer. This is your card. Okay, I'm going to get my book quickly, guys. Just hold on. I want to see where it is. I made a few notes here. Oh, there's more reading, so just okay. I have notes here. Okay, so we all know that Mercury is now out of its retrograde period. So whoever this individual is that I'm picking up, this person might have felt like a boiling pot. Okay, this is the energy that I feel like their feelings basically, or emotions. It feels overwhelming. Okay. The Spiral Dancer is a courteous, rude, and perception. Yeah, it's almost like, I don't know if this is the individual that you're dealing with, if you're a divine male or a male for that matter. I don't know if this is a karmic situation or what this is. But whatever this is, it says yes, a courteous route, which tells me something is going in a circle. Okay, there is no escape in a certain situation. Okay, I don't know if somebody needs to leave a situation or create a route or break something. Okay, there's something that needs to, the circuitous route, there's something that needs to be broken, or I don't know how to, you know what I pick up, it's like a force field. This is what I pick up. It's like something that's a force field. Okay, and this force field goes in a circular motion. This is what I see in my head now. This force field goes in a circular motion. And it's like this individual who I'm talking to, or this person that's dealing with this energy, they need to throw something in there. Like they need to break something or change something, like a flow. Okay, this flow, it needs to change. There needs to be a rerouting of something. Say for instance, say for instance you're a landscaper. Okay, basically a landscaper, and you being called to a person's house, and this person wants you to design their garden, redesign their garden. So they basically have a fountain there in their garden. Okay, and this fountain, a fountain is basically water that goes in a pipe and then it goes back, and it's a circular motion. The same with a swimming pool pump. Okay, a swimming pool pump basically pumps the water and it goes back in the swimming pool and pumps. Okay, it's a circular motion. Okay, but it goes through a filtration system. Okay, this water of the swimming pool. Okay, but what I'm picking up here is this circular motion of this water. It needs to be rerouted. In other words, say for instance, this person wants a rock garden, and this person says take out the pond, or you still have this pond. Okay, say for instance it's like this is like the pond. Okay, this is like a maybe a rock pond, and the water goes in a circular motion and it pumps up and it goes down again. So basically what this person needs to do is create some breakage point somewhere so that the water can flow in another direction. Okay, so this is what I pick up, because something needs to change here. I don't know if it's this person's perception of something or what this is. Okay, like I said, whoever this person is, this person, this individual, I strongly get the feeling this is a male that I'm picking up here. This individual is attracted maybe to a female. Okay, this is your first card. This individual is attracted to a female. This is just me speculating here, okay, and using this as examples. It could be any situation that you're facing. But say, for instance, this person is attracted to this female. This person has very deep desires towards this person. In other words, they've deeply attracted, maybe limerence, but they don't want to, they basically want to act out of this limerence, okay, instead of, because limerence is basically a feeling that disappears after a while, okay, like falling in love, and then you basically in that period where you're not in love but you're still with this person, okay, and I don't know what this is. Maybe this is just limerence, a deep desire that this person is feeling, and this, the universe is basically maybe cautioning you. I don't know. Okay, Ace of Coins is your first card. This is your feelings. The question that I asked in my head is, what is this person's feelings towards this particular person or situation? And this is what you feel. You see something really, it's almost like, let me just move my cards here quickly. I'm going to make room here for my stuff. I'm going to drink water. It's almost like this person or this individual sees this person as this. They see this person as a very abundant individual. It could be a female, successful. This person could be hardworking, successful. They could be nurturing. Okay, maybe it's just a man that sees a woman. He says, okay, this is somebody that I could maybe potentially get married to or start dating, because she seems like a really attractive person and nice and stuff like that. Okay, I don't know what this is. Okay, let me just adjust my chair quickly, guys. Keep notes here. Now basically you see this person is very abundant. Okay, a very abundant person. It could be, maybe it's somebody that you work with, and you spot this person and you see this, okay, this person is very hardworking and successful and stuff like that. Okay, whatever this might be for you. But this person, I don't know if this person is in, it comes across that this person might be in a labyrinth state towards this individual, because I strongly get the feeling that this individual has a deep desire for this person. Okay. And somehow I think you, whoever you are, it's like the universe is asking you to show restraint regarding something in this matter, because the universe doesn't want you to act in a way that you might regret at the end of the day. Or maybe this is something, an energy that you're already in, where you're telling yourself this. You recognize these feelings inside yourself, which means you are self-aware about what you feel. You're basically not acting on it. Yeah, this is the two cards that just flew out of here. This is what you see with this person, 10 of coins. Like I said, like marriage material, you see this person as somebody you could spend your life with and grow old with. Okay, with this 10 of coins. With this wheel, it comes across as if this person is somebody who could bring a lot of life changes in your life. And you're fully aware of this. And this is also maybe why the universe is telling you to be maybe cautious. Okay. I strongly get the feeling this is like a hard matter thing. This person is drawing you in a lot. Yeah. I don't know. It comes across as if this individual, this male, is hypnotized by this female. Not like she's putting a spell on him. It's just like, how can I'm trying to think of a scene in a movie that I can describe. It's just like, you know what, you stare at someone. Basically just stares at this person saying, and he tells himself, okay, you're very beautiful. And he's curious about you and fascinated, basically. This is basically the only thing. It's not like this individual is doing anything in specific. So this is why the universe is cautioning you to not act out of being fascinated by an individual, basically based off what you see of a person. Okay? You're basically creating your own perception regarding this individual. You know nothing about them. So yeah. Queen. Here with this wheel, you know this person could bring huge, significant changes in your life. But I'm strongly get the feeling there's also a cautionary action. You have to be careful, because whatever this change is, it's expansion. Okay, it's change, but is it the type of change that you want? Because the thing is this, I don't know who you are or what type of male you are. Okay, a lot of people fall in love, and a lot of men see women that they like and they're interested in, but not a lot of men want to commit. Okay, they basically act on impulse because they find a woman attractive and then they want to date them, and after a while it's almost like they get bored, and then whatever input they put into that person or dynamic, it dwindles. Okay, and it doesn't, it's not something that's going to stay consistent. It's almost like most men reason, okay, I got you now I don't have to put in the effort anymore. Okay, so I don't know if I'm talking to the divine female or a male here. It could be both. Okay, so the caution is for the male. Are you sure? Because this person, if you get committed, this is what this woman is going to require of you, to commit. Are you ready for this? You know what? As a person that worked with kids most of my life, um, we had this teenage pregnancy prevention, and one of the things that I've noticed is how, if you speak to these teenage mothers after they had their babies, and the conversations that I had with most of them after so many programs that I've assisted in regarding these things, Something that I've noticed is really, if ever do they ever marry this guy that they have the child with, they do not, most of them deny that they the fathers of the kid, and then they have to go for these blood tests, and they actually find out, and they never ever support them. So they basically just wanted to get into the pants. And now this girl comes, talks to me, and they tell me, but he promised me this, and he said he loved me and he would never leave me. And so I tell them, this is what they all say. They just say these things to get into your pants because they know you as a woman, you yearn for these things and you long for it because you want to feel safe, you want to feel loved, and you want to feel secure. Okay? It's no shame as a woman to feel these things or want and desire these things from a man to protect you, to provide. Okay? It doesn't mean you can't take care of yourself. But I don't know. Okay? Things have changed. Women can take care of themselves, but it doesn't mean if a woman can take care of herself that she wouldn't welcome these types of treatments. Okay? Doesn't mean that she cannot take care of herself. I just think this is some type of chivalrous act on a man's part if he does these things to show that he values and cares for this individual. And yes, it can be reciprocal. It doesn't mean only the man has to do these things. You can spoil your man, you can spoil your woman. It's a mutual thing, okay? But anyway, are we talking about the man here and the chivalry of things? Okay, so I don't know exactly what the situation is. So basically, what the universe is telling you, I don't know why this emancipation. Maybe this man with this emancipation thing, it's like he has an obsession about the situation, and maybe this person who that he's dealing with, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Maybe this person is very independent that you're dealing with. Okay, but this is what you see. The universe is asking you, is this what you really want? Because if you want this, this is what this person requires. This is what this individual is going to want from you. Commitment, consistency. Okay. Are you willing to do this? This is your next card, Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands can speak of challenges, okay? You know, if you commit yourself to a situation and in a relationship, that there's going to be challenges, okay? There could be different factors at play in this challenges. I don't know exactly what type of challenges this is that you could face in this relationship. But any relationship has challenges because it's two different individuals. They have a different view and a different idea of how things work. So I have no idea, but the movie Emancipation by Will Smith, Maya Angelou also came to mind, and the book that she wrote, Why a Caged Bird Sings. Okay, what I can think of is that this individual, if you're the male, this woman that you're dealing with is a very independent individual. But in the same breath, if you should make it this far, this is what this person is going to require of you: commitment, consistency, and stuff like that. Okay, all those things. There's going to be challenges in this dynamic. I'm going to ask what type of challenges this is that you are going to face in this. What deck am I going to use? These challenges that you're going to face in this dynamic. but I don't know what. It could be whoever you are. If you're the male, it could be that you feel a very it's almost like a overwhelming sense of wanting to protect. I don't know if you feel an overwhelming sense of wanting to protect this woman or this person. Okay, I have no idea, but this is what I pick up now also with the seven. Because the seven of wands in the original tarot deck is a man and he's standing with a wand ready, like he wants to defend or attack. Okay, so it either tells me you're very defensive regarding your stance on something or how you perceive something, or you see this person as somebody that's very vulnerable and you want to protect this person. Okay, but let's see what the seven of wands, what do you want to tell them with the seven of wands? You need to trust your gut on something here with the seven of wands. Let's see what this is. What is this? I just said trust your gut on this. Seven of wands. Take a leap of faith. Only when you're willing to step out of your comfort zone will you reap great rewards. So I don't know if you are, it comes across saying that it's taking a leap of faith. This individual is somebody that you're observing basically. You're not in a relationship with this person. Okay? You still need to approach this individual by the looks of it. So you haven't approached this individual, you're still in the state where you're deciding, okay, it's maybe somebody that you're interested in. It says here you will create or create. It says Ace of Coins here also. Okay, so this is definitely Ace of Coins, Ten of Coins, which tells me there could be some really great, amazing things in this dynamic, whether it's financial rewards or emotional rewards. Okay, and you're aware of this, you can see this in this person, but there's also going to be challenges. With great rewards comes great challenges as well. Okay, so I don't know exactly what these challenges are, but if this is what you want, you have to be willing to accept these challenges. It might not be challenges that this person creates or you, it might be outside challenges. Okay, because this card, say for instance you are going to be a power couple, obviously and you decide you're going to make this thing work, you're going to have competition. People are going to be jealous of you. Yeah, that is going to be the way it is. This is what it also speaks of. Seven of Wands also speaks of competition. Okay. So let's draw a last card here. We're going to ask for the universe, what does this person need to do moving forward on this situation? What does this person need to do moving forward on this situation? What do they need to do? Universe. Okay, Four of Coins. The Four of Coins speaks of being stable. I think the universe wants you to control yourself. Okay, there's something about stability here and control that you need to apply. In other words, you need to be emotionally in control and emotionally stable when you enter this dynamic, both of you. I think the universe is also advising protecting each other's energy. You need to protect each other's energy with this card, because you're going to need to protect each other's energy. Whoever you are, you're going to get a lot of competition. There are people that are not going to like this dynamic. This is what I pick up very strongly. There are people, there's competition, and there are people that are going to be trying to like come between the two of you. So you need to be really having each other's back here. This is what I pick up. I'm going to draw a last card here. This is the type of challenges. It's like there are going to be people who want to like create division between the two of you. Okay? I don't know in what way. Let's see what last advice. Okay, this card just one. You are enough. This person you are meant to be with will love you the way you are. You don't need to change. There you have it. Okay, you have to accept each other, because at the end of the day, you are the only two people that are going to need to make this work. So you need to keep things between the two of you. Okay? It's like there was this quote I once saw about everybody can know you in a relationship with a certain individual. Okay? But they don't need to know the details of your life with this person. So yeah, with anyone for that matter. It's your personal life. It's nobody else's business. Anyway, this is it for today. Please take care, guys. I love you. Bye.